can we just stop it? Can we please stop too, man? Like, let's just stop it.
What are we stopping?
Every week, people always say, oh, Raider fans don't show up. Charger fans and Rams fans. Like, let's just stop all the nonsense. Like, these are destination cities. And I knew this back in the month of May when my brother-in-law shot me a text. It was just a text. Hey, October 13th, Raiders Steelers. You got anything for me?
Got anything for
me? Brother's a Steelers fan. Brother-in-law's a Steelers fan. So I got that text
He got me
back in May.
Well,
And look, and
he
he's
did
not
due
necessarily-
diligence. He asked you ahead of time.
I understood that, right?
advance.
But you got to understand though.
Better than the week before.
But you got to understand though. This is a guy who's, I think he's a football fan, but kind of a guy who watches from afar.
Okay.
But for some reason, this was the game to go to.
Yeah.
And that only told me that if he's thinking that way, Steeler Nation is probably thinking that way.
The diehards thinking.
And so now it turned into yesterday at Allegiant Stadium. Let's just call it a home game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was a home game for Mike Tomlin and his Steelers. I saw the pictures, and it was a little bit different because it's like, wait, but the Steelers wear black uniforms. Like, they kind of blended in. It looks like it was just all, like, everyone had black uniforms on. But what stood out was a little bit different when it comes to the Steelers. Why does this stand out, TJ? Why does this stand out, Brockman, when it comes to the Steeler fans? What stands out?
That
It ain't the black jersey.
That yellow little towel.
It's this darn yellow, terrible towel that's flying around.
terrible towel.
And that terrible towel was... They was whipping that thing. They almost started a tornado inside of the Allegiant Stadium last night. The way that they was over there whipping that thing around. Like, they had their own wind tunnel. The Steeler fans came through. To a point where Mike Tomlin, head coach, had to acknowledge that was like a home game for them yesterday. Like, they really did. Like, that was to a point where he was like, man, he started the press conference after the game, said, look, I don't want to take anything away from this, but this was like a home game. Steeler Nation came out, and they played that way. But let's just be real. Like, a lot of these games are circled on your calendar if you're a fan base to want to go to Las Vegas, to want to go to Los Angeles to go watch some football game. Mm-hmm. And the Steelers, who they played there last year, and they came out, but that was a Monday night. This time you're playing on a Sunday, so some people were able to get out. And I believe, is today a holiday? Because you never know. Is today a holiday? Is it kind of sort of?
I think it's a holiday. Yeah, I think
it depends. So technically, do you observe? Is it Christopher Columbus, Indigenous People Day? I don't know. It's one of them holidays.
No mail run of the day, I don't think.
I don't know what it is. I just know that sometimes some people have it off, some people don't.
Right.
Some people, say, you know what, I'm gonna take a day. Well, they took a day, and I'm talking about the Steelers fans. They came out, and it turned into this big, giant Steelers conference. They had a conference in Las Vegas this week, and a lot of them showed up. So that contributed to their win. And now the Steelers, their record now 4-2. They feel comfortable and excited about where they are.
How do you feel about that 4-2 though?
They're 4-2 and they haven't played their best football. Like
because of
they're still trying to, like, Arthur Smith is trying to find what works best for them. This could be the first time we ever see a 2-quarterback system in the NFL, because at some point you have to see what Russell Wilson does give you, right? And now he's 100% at practice. He had a full practice last week. This is still one of those storylines that's out there, because Justin Fields has played okay. Not great, but okay. Not bad. He's played okay.
Played okay.
But you're 4-2, and you think that really, like, they're a bad series away from beating the Dallas Cowboys while they're at home. I mean, Dak pulls out that last final drive. They could have won that game. Think about the Indianapolis Colts game. They should have won that one as well. They could be undefeated, but they're not. But yet they haven't played their best football. And I'm interested to see, what does Russell Wilson bring? Does he get an opportunity? Because every week that's what Mike Tomlin has to answer that question. Because Russell Wilson still wears the C on his chest for captain. He was voted as a captain. And I can't see my captain on the sideline, right? My captain needs to be out there playing.
Right.
So at what point, when do you allow Russell Wilson to get his opportunity to go out there and play? Is it a competition ongoing for these Pittsburgh Steelers? So, yeah, I feel confident that 4-2 because they haven't played their best football. I look at the Ravens. They're sitting at 4-2. I don't think that they've played their best football either. That's the crazy part. They're still we're 6 weeks in and we're not even to the trade deadline yet. I'm not saying some teams are going to make some moves just to bolster their roster, but until we get into December, I feel like there's still so much to learn about many of these teams. I go through these rosters, right? I go through the standings right now. People are like, "Oh, this team is." I think we can all agree the Houston Texans, despite their one loss to the Minnesota Vikings, are probably going to win their division, right? Because Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars, their season is pretty much almost done. Mm-hmm. Will Levis just gives us a meme every single week. Still don't know the Spider-Man meme thing he was doing yesterday. Don't know what that was all about, by the way.
He was like shooting webs.
He was shooting webs, and they still lost. He should be. Will Levis just score and go to the lock? Man, go to the sideline. Yeah. Start congratulating the other people.
Do
all
something
right?
normal,
please. Indianapolis Colts don't know who they are yet. Is it Anthony Richardson's team? They're winning with Joe Flacco. Like, it's interesting. You're trying to develop a quarterback, but here comes the old gunslinger, comes in like Scott Bakula on Necessary Roughness. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I see Joe Flacco. But Kansas City they are who they are. But the Chargers, the Broncos, are the Broncos good? Are they not? Like, they lose and yet they win. They beat up on the Jets, but are the Jets good? The Jets are not. Like, I'm just looking at the AFC picture as a whole right now, still with so much left to be told. What happens when Tua comes back, right? We got information.
How many AFC teams would you say are actually good?
Wow, that's a good question. How many AFC teams are good?
I think it's like 3.
Well, if the playoffs started today, people, which they aren't, but your division, the number 1 seed would be the Chiefs. The number 2 seed would be Houston, followed by Baltimore. Buffalo, standing right now, would be your four division winners.
The winner of tonight's game is the
winner of tonight's game
is the 4 seed,
correct?
Essentially.
And then right behind them would be Steelers, Chargers, and Colts right now. If the playoffs were to start today, we know this will change. I'm just telling you right now the way it seems. So I would give those 7 teams right now the opportunity. I'd throw the Jets in there as well because, like you said, they could be in first place.
Do you think Buffalo or the Jets are any good? Are they going to win a playoff game?
I don't know. See, September Josh Allen will fool you, right?
Right.
September Josh Allen will fool you. You're like, oh, they've got it fixed. And then all of a sudden he comes back down to earth.
If Pittsburgh goes into Buffalo or MetLife, that's a close game, right? Pittsburgh has a real good chance to win.
Yes, I agree with that. But what quarterback for Pittsburgh? Because I still there's an unknown.
I'm going to say it's Russell Wilson.
Yeah, there's this unknown piece about Russell Wilson.
Black and gold. Yeah. Here we go.
There's this unknown piece that if Russell Wilson is inserted, let me just see what it looks like. Can he get the ball to George Pickens?
They're definitely not optimizing their pass game.
No, not at all. Do they increase the passing game, right? Yeah. Do we see more of the passing game? That's the unknown part about the Steelers for me.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.